You guys, welcome back to King Ols, and yes, I'm now here for my boxing lightweight predictions for 2024. Yeah, lightweight is probably one of my favorite divisions in boxing right now. I'm not gonna lie, and I am liking super lightweights as well. So I'll probably do a super lightweight 2024 prediction video probably at some point later on this week. But yeah, I'm now here for the lightweight predictions for 2024. I've got quite a few interesting ones. So, yeah, anyway, let's get right onto it with my first one, which is Lomachenko will beat George Kambosos for the IBF title. This fight's looking likely for March this year. It's one that, I mean, Loma deserves the title 100%. Loma deserves this shot. Kambosos does not got like Maxi Hughes got robbed last time when he fought Kambosos. Kambosos doesn't deserve it. I think Lomachenko will absolutely run through Kambosos. I won't actually be surprised if Lomachenko actually ends up stopping Kambosos late on in the fight after dominating him for the majority of the rounds. So yeah, I'm going with Lomachenko to beat Kambosos for the IBF title in March or April this year. Okay, next up, I've got Tank defends WBA title versus Isaac Cruz and wins. Yeah, look, this isn't a fight I want to see. Not gonna lie, Tank's only just been promoted to the WBA champion. But yeah, I believe Tank's actually already beaten Isaac Cruz. Actually, yeah, I don't see why this happens. To be honest with you, I don't think that this fight. I don't think that this fight should happen. To be honest with you, and I'd rather see Tank fight other, better, well-known names than Isaac Cruz. But it is what it is at the end of the day. It is what it is. But I've got another take to say on Tank later on in the video, but yeah, it's not a fight that interests me. Tank completely dominated him last time, so it's not a fight that interests me, to be honest with you. But this fight's looking likely to finish. Sorry, not finished. To happen next. Isaac Cruz is a top contender in the WBA, so yeah, it's highly likely that this one happens next, in my opinion. Okay. Anyway, next up we've got Shakur Stevenson defends his WBC title versus Jose Zepeda and wins. Again, Zepeda's fairly high up in the WBC right now, I believe. Where is he? Let me just double check where Zepeda is in the WBC, if it lets me find it. Yes, so Zepeda is currently he's currently number 2 in the WBC right now. WBC. So William Zepeda is going to look to. I know is he going to be able to win this fight? I just don't know, to be honest with you, if Zepeda will be able to get to win this fight. To be honest with you, I don't really see him being much of a challenge for Shakur Stevenson. To be honest with you, I see Shakur Stevenson dominating really and just schooling him for 12 rounds. This fight will go the distance. Yeah, I don't really see it being too competitive. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I think Shakur will easily win this fight. Anyway, next up, I've got Frank Martin wins the WBO title. No idea who it's going to be against, though. Yeah, but I just have a feeling Frank Martin's going to be put in the mix here. I don't even think I'm not even sure how high he actually is in the WBO. I believe he's in the top 5 of the mandatories. But yeah, I think Frank Martin will get a shot against someone. I don't even think it'll be against any massive name. But Frank Martin will be the WBO champion. He might lose it at the end of the year. I'm not sure. But yeah, I have a feeling Frank Martin will get a shot at the WBO title and he will win. That's what I think. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, next one is Tank won't fight a top 5 fighter this year. Yeah, I don't see him fighting a top 5 lightweight. I honestly don't. And look, I do really like Tank. I find him really fun to watch. But I don't think he'll fight a top 5 fighter this year. I think the thing that Tank does is he plays it safe. That's the thing with Tank. He plays it very safe. I feel like we might see him step up more in 2025. I don't see it in 2024, though. I don't. I see him taking the Isaac Cruz fight. then taking someone else late on this year, like November, December. Don't know who it'll be against. It'll take one on like late this year. So he'll have 2 fights this year, one against Isaac Cruz and one against someone else. Who I'm not sure as of now who he'll be against. But I don't think he'll fight a top 5 lightweight this year. Honestly, I don't. And it's a shame because I feel like he, in my opinion, is possibly the best lightweight out there right now. I actually think he is the best lightweight, but I don't think he'll fight a top 5. That's the thing. So, like we're not going to see him fight like a Shakur or a Loma or like a Frank Martin or someone like that. I don't think we'll see Tank in there with this year. I honestly don't. Okay, next up, we've got Lomachenko beat Shakur Stevenson. Honestly, yes, I do feel like this fight will happen, Lomachenko and Shakur this year. I feel like it's the biggest fight that possibly can happen at lightweight right now, to be honest with you. I think it's a really exciting one and a real good chess match, this one as well. But I've got Lomachenko winning against Shakur, to be honest with you. Shakur did not look great against Edwin Dos Santos whatsoever. Loma looked good against Haney when he fought him. So, yeah, look, I back Haney to... So, not Haney. I back Loma to win this fight. Yeah, I think Shakur's great, but I think he's overrated. And I still think Loma will have his number, to be honest with you. That's what I think. Next up, Quayshawn Davis will fight a top 15 fighter this year. Yeah, I think it's a big year for Quayshawn Davis. He's like 9-0, 10-0. It's a big year for him. I believe he's fighting soon. I think he's on the TO undercard, I think. But yeah, Quayshawn Davis, I think I think this is a big year for him. I'm really looking forward to seeing what can happen with him this year. He's a real big special talent, in my opinion, Quayshawn Davis. And I feel like he's going to have a big fight this year. I honestly do, and I do think he'll be able to get the job done. Not exactly sure who it will be against yet, but I feel like he'll be against a good name this year, in my opinion. That's what I think for Quayshawn Davis. He's going to really push on. He's a really exciting fighter to keep an eye on. Next up, Maxi Hughes is avoided by big names at lightweight. Honestly, he is going to be. He put up a great performance against George Kambosos and got robbed. He's going to be avoided. He will be avoided, to be honest with you. I don't really see many people wanting to take a risk against Maxi Hughes. When I look at Maxi Hughes as a fighter, I see Maxi Hughes as a guy where it's a high risk and low reward fighting him. That's why not many people are going to want to take it, because it's a big risk. He's a real big fighter, but he's not exactly a big name who's going to be amazing on your resume. And if you lose to him, then it won't be great. But he's a high risk, low reward fight. That's what Maxi Hughes is. But I want to see him have some big fights this year. And on to my next one, though. I feel like he'll end up fighting Edwin Dos Santos. I see this fight happening. I 100% see Maxi Hughes fighting Edwin Dos Santos. Edwin Dos Santos seems like a real game opponent who will take anyone on. So I feel like he'll end up accepting Maxi Hughes's... I feel like he'll end up accepting a fight with Maxi Hughes, to be honest with you. He has just fought Shakur, but he's not exactly one of like the big, massive names at lightweight, though, is he? Even though he has just come off a title shot. But yeah, I think Maxi Hughes will fight Edwin Dos Santos, and I think Maxi Hughes will win this fight. Next up, and my final one this is a weird one. This is a really weird one. But I have a feeling George Kambosos will fight in Saudi Arabia against a fairly big name at lightweight. And it won't be the Lomachenko fight that I've said. I just see George Kambosos fighting in Saudi Arabia. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I just can picture George Kambosos getting a fight in Saudi Arabia, probably losing, and probably be after his fight with Lomachenko. And he'll probably lose to a big name over there, and it'll probably be like a big final cash out for George Kambosos, and he'll probably retire with a big payday after he fights in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I honestly do think that this will happen, to be honest with you. George Kambosos will fight in Saudi Arabia against a fairly decent name at lightweight. It's interesting. Lightweight's certainly an interesting division to keep your eye on this year. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching the video, King Owls. Speak to you on a bit. Thanks for watching.